Welcome into another episode of the Lazy Bros podcast. A little later, recording in the week. We are your hosts, Logan and Luke Lazarchik. Thursday, May 9th, a couple of days before Luke's graduation. Luke just finished up class, or last final was yesterday.
Yes. Got
Last
that done. I'm in the clear. I mean, looking forward to having a fun last weekend of college. You know, NBA is going to be going on. I'm going to try my best to pay attention to that as much as I can these next 60 hours. But, you know, I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, the playoffs, I think, have been really entertaining. I think much in part because field's really wide open, especially because of one series. A major upset is brewing.
Breaking my heart. Breaking my heart.
Timberwolves over the Nuggets. So, I mean, it's been a really interesting playoffs. I think anybody in any one of these teams can win the championship. And let's get things started. Let's actually get things started with the series I think that's been kind of stealing headlines for much of the second round, and that's the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Timberwolves are up 2-0 in the series. Game one was really competitive. Like, it went down to the wire. Timberwolves kind of took control late in the game, but until the final, 5-6 minutes, the game was pretty much teetering on that line of who was going to win. Game two, I mean, Timberwolves absolutely dominated. Their size, Gobert wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
And they were still able to dominate Jokic. I know you're a Nuggets fan, you're a Jokic fan, and I think the Nuggets are done. I don't think they end up winning the series. I think it's too much for them to overcome, but do you still think there's hope for them to come out and win this series?
You know, I wouldn't pick them, obviously, but I think there is a shot. I mean, I know this is asking a lot, but they can even it up. They have home court, and then they have the most momentum in the world. And if there's any team that could do it, it could be the Nuggets. But even if they play great, like, you need the Timberwolves to fall off a little bit, and that's the thing. Man, they're good. That defense is that has to be the best defense in a long, 04 Pistons. We weren't old enough to watch that at all, but they're just they have the perfect matchups for Jamal and the perfect matchups for Jokic. And then even Michael Porter scores a lot. He doesn't create a ton. That may be something. But
and then Aaron Gordon, he basically thrives off of Jokic and Murray. So if they're not going, Aaron Gordon's pretty much non-factor.
And same with KCP, he thrives off them. And so you're seeing a little more Reggie Jackson, I feel like. And Jamal's hurt, so that doesn't help. But he still was hurt and played insane against the Lakers at the end. So yeah, the Timberwolves. Tim Connolly left the Nuggets and then went to the Timberwolves, and then he just built a team to beat the Nuggets. So you gotta respect it. And Anthony Edwards, my gosh.
Yeah, I think game one he had 43, and then game 4 against the Suns he had 40. So he had 83 combined points leading up to game 2. And I believe game 3 he had 27. But it was a really quiet 27. He didn't really he didn't do much the first half. I don't know, the Nuggets to me, I don't know, they have no bench. Last year they had Bruce Brown, who came off the bench, was a major contributor.
Yeah.
Off the bench. I don't know. I don't think the Nuggets have the firepower. And to be honest, I don't know if they really want to get in a dogfight like this. I mean, they completely look out-muscled, out-energized. I don't know. I think they're in real trouble. And Jamal Murray's been terrible. And I know people were kind of calling for his suspension in Game 3.
I'm fine. Yeah. But that is wild, though.
Yeah.
Through stuff on the court.
He's been so bad, a suspension I don't think would feel that much different to what he's shooting 9 of 32 this series. And Jokic has 11 turnovers the last 2 games. You kind of alluded to it earlier. The Nuggets have so many answers for both those players. I mean, you can switch off of multiple players onto Murray. I mean, if he set the screen onto Jay McDaniels could take him. Nas Reed at times can take him when he's playing. Karl Towns can be serviceable.
Alexander Walker, Conley can do well.
Yeah, Timberwolves just have too many answers and they have way too much depth. And if Nuggets had maybe a couple pieces off the bench, I would give them a shot, and maybe they win, Game 4. I don't think they win Game 3. Now, if they win Game 3, things do get interesting. But, they could win, a game in Game 4 where there's absolutely the more desperate team. But if I'm the Timberwolves, I do not want this game back to Denver. Even if I'm up 3-1, I do not want games back to Denver.
Yeah, you don't want it
in 4 games.
No, yeah, you don't want Denver. I think so. I think I came up with a couple keys. My first key is Jokic has to go for 40 plus. He just has to do it. He has to do it. He can do it.
He's
Just
shooting
they're in the
20% from three these playoffs. Like he's not shooting well,
but he
and
doesn't
teams
need
are
to do it
kind of
from
letting him
three.
shoot.
I know, but he doesn't
I know,
need to
but
do it from three.
20%, twenty
No,
percent.
I'm not even talking about three, Logan. I'm not talking about three. That's he needs to go score. He needs to go do it. He needs to win it. Main offensive cog. He can do it. I know defense is tough, but if he's more fully focused, he needs to come in and score. And then defensively, because I think Jokic is also they're really attacking him defensively. And no matter how great Jokic is, and I love him, that'll always be his weakness. That he's not athletic. He's a smart defender and can have some nice like rim protection in certain situations. But sometimes when it's just head on Anthony Edwards, there's nothing to do. So my idea is you put Michael Porter on Gobert, and so he can be kind of a rim
So you
protector.
want Jokic grabbing, or you want Jokic guarding Cat
Cat,
like on the
he can guard
perimeter?
Cat. He'll
I
be
think he can
okay.
too, but like that's exuding some energy if he's on the perimeter having to
He
guard.
has
Like,
to because you have to defend the rim, I think, and I think that's what you do. Michael Porter is probably the best rim protector possible, just because he's 6'10", 6'11", can jump. I'd go that route. That because at this point you're not playing well in offense or defense. You're gonna have to take a shot in the dark, and that's my shot in the dark idea.
I think for Jokic to have offensive success, he's going to have to start hitting threes because the Timberwolves are making life in the paint a living hell for him. Like I don't think he's
Hmm
just going to exclusively score from the paint and solve his problems. I think the Timberwolves defense is too good for him to just
I mean, but yeah,
isolate himself in the paint.
you
I
just
think he's
gotta
going to start
trust
hitting
him to hit
perimeter
them.
shots.
Yeah, but Jokic can do it. He's not shooting well from three right now, but he can do it. He's three-time MVP for crying out loud. Put your faith in Jokic, and you're just gonna. I just roll live or die by Jokic game three.
I think people, and I'm not including you in this, but I think people in general they're connecting this team way too much to last year's team. The team's completely different. They have no depth off the
It's
bench.
still mostly the
They
same
don't have
though.
an answer. I know
Okay,
it's
but
mostly the same, but
you still
you
have your
need
same starting five though, and that starting five
Timberwolves
is one of the best starting
depth
fives.
Timberwolves depth paired with Denver's non-existent depth
I
is
know, but all they lost was Bruce Brown. Who else did they lose?
like I said. I think Bruce Brown's a major piece that they lost though.
Yeah, but yes,
They have
but
nobody on their bench now that can come into the game and give you
Bruce, yeah,
points on
Bruce
their
Brown,
own. They're not going to create their own
Reggie
bucket.
Jackson can.
Well, Reggie
I
Jackson
mean,
can, but
Logan, they're the
th-
same team as last year except for Bruce Brown. Their bench is not stepping up. The bench is not that good. Yes, but you still have even with the bench, they're probably still down 2-0 because or maybe it's 1-1 because they win game 1. But you have the same five guys. I think it's I don't know. You
and
still
I also don't expect Jamal Murray. I don't think he's going to turn this around at all.
Yeah,
One,
that's the
he's hurt,
scary.
and two, the
That's why
defense is
you got to
just.
go through Jokic because yeah, he's not having
To
it's
be honest,
tough. He's
I
hurt
think
and
Denver
the
could
defense,
steal
yeah.
a game, and maybe Sean Dark they steal 2 games, but I see this going 4 or 5. Like
I have Timberwolves in 6. I think Nuggets win game 3, and then I think they take the game 5 at home, and Timberwolves
now that
win
would
4
be
and 6.
tough to just see them lose in 5 because if they lose in 5, that means 3 straight home losses in one series. Like that would
Yeah,
be tough to see,
that'd be
but
wild.
I think it could happen. I don't know. That's at this point. I think the Timberwolves are surging. They
No,
look like the
yeah, the
hungrier
Timberwolves
team,
are
the
the
better
better team.
team. Like they have no answers for Anthony Edwards. Gobert's gonna be coming back. Cat, if Cat if he play like he did last game, which I'm not saying he's going to do that consistently,
Mhm.
but if he can give you 20, 25 points
What do you
like he
think
did that last.
if it was Lakers, let's say Lakers and mess up the Nuggets series, how do you think that would go?
Oh, I would still like Timberwolves because Timberwolves.
I know it probably, but do you think
I would say
Lakers would
Timberwolves
play them
in.
better?
I think so because I think they just have more players that can.
Yeah,
Well, man, I don't even know
but
because
I don't think
I think it would be almost because the thing is Lakers are a very old team, and I don't know defensively you have
not
multiple answers
super
for.
old. LeBron's old. 80s.
I would say 80s at old 30. I'm not saying he's near the end, but I
Yeah,
would
but
say he's at old
he
30.
was fantastic in that Nuggets series.
I don't think D'Angelo Russell's going to be offering you much with this defense that the Timberwolves are
He's
playing.
also
Austin
getting.
Reeves.
I think
Like,
it's
okay, who
completely
on the Lakers
different,
is
though.
guarding? Who on the Lakers is guarding?
Okay,
Anthony
yeah,
Edwards?
but that was the same. Okay, that was the same problem. No one could guard Jamal Murray, and no one could guard Ant Edwards. That was the same problem. But still, you're not swarming LeBron like you're swarming Murray, and then AD provides an athleticism that Jokic doesn't have. I would take Timberwolves, but I think Lakers would be playing them better because then it's also D'Lo's going against Conley, and Conley has the IQ and the experience, all that. But like, that's
Well,
something he
no,
could go
but
against.
who says they put Conley? Why not just put Anthony Edwards on D'Angelo Russell? Why
Okay,
not just
then
put Conley on
is
Reeves?
Reeves would
I
post him up and bully him. Reeves is like 6'6" and could post. Oh, Reeves would mess Conley. I don't know. I don't think that's. I think you put Conley on D'Lo. Reeves is too big for
I
Conley.
think it'd be much of the same.
I think
I
it'd be
really
a
do.
little different. I think
What's
the
really
Lakers
weird, and
side.
I'm not saying Suns are better than the Nuggets at all, but didn't that series kind of feel more competitive than this one has so far? And I know the Suns are a
Okay,
disaster,
but this has
but
been 2 games. Okay, I'm
no,
gonna
I
stop you there
know.
because it's been 2 games. It's been 2 games,
That's
and
what I
the
said so
Nuggets were
far.
up. Well, yeah, but no. So I'd say no. I'd still say no. It's been 2 games, and the Nuggets were up in the fourth quarter, and then Naz Reid banks in a 3 and hits like 3 more. So no, not yet. You
Okay.
can't say that.
No, that's what I said so far. Like
Hmm.
I still think Nuggets are definitely better than the Suns. I'm not saying
Hmm.
that the Suns would have a chance. I mean, they got swept. I'm saying when I watched that series, all those games except game one, Anthony Edwards just absolutely blew the doors off of the Suns. But that
Yeah.
series was actually there was a lot of close games in that series.
No, yeah, but you can't say that. It's been one blowout.
Yeah. Let's move on. Last night the Knicks took a 2-0 lead despite Jalen Brunson going out and missing much of the first half, and OG Anunoby suffering a hamstring injury, and no Mitchell Robinson. I mean, the Knicks, they're a really fun team, really fun story. I just don't know how sustainable this is, especially when they're running these players in the ground. I think Josh Hart's played 10 straight quarters without sitting. Like,
I mean,
and these
what do you mean?
injuries are. Go ahead.
What do you mean by sustainable? Because here's the thing.
Well, they're winning very close games. All
No,
their
yeah.
wins are very close wins, and it's coming down
Do
to
you
crunch
mean
time.
like sustainable for them to make the finals? Because here's the thing.
I'm saying even for, to be honest, and this, I don't know what your opinion is on this, but because of the injuries and because the Knicks play so hard, these injuries are going to come. Is this series wrapped up, or do you still think the Pacers can? I don't think the series is over because of the
I
injuries
don't
that the Knicks
trust the
have
Pacers.
sustained.
So I did not watch this game. I went to a movie, took a little break, didn't watch this game. But I was during the movie, I had to get out of the movie for a second, so I was looking. I mean, OG Anunoby, I know he got hurt. I don't know how bad it was. I haven't really been able to check in.
To be honest, when you watch it, and I think it's a hamstring.
Yeah.
It was not a cramp. Like, it looked like a blown tire.
I mean, here's the thing about the Knicks. Okay, so Brunson only played 32 minutes. He still got 29. OG played 27 minutes. He got 28. DiVincenzo played 43 minutes, got 28. Hart played 48 minutes. That dude's nuts. I think Hart's fine. He's never gonna break. He's just
You don't think this is ever?
no.
There's gonna be
Not
this
this
entire playoffs.
I think the wear and tear for Hart could be more like his career's shorter, but not this dude. He's still doing it. No,
I think if they get through this series, which
but
I
yeah,
ultimately
I would pick
I
them.
do think that they win this series.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I think if they get through, they're gonna run out of gas. I think they lose in 5.
But that's not even the Celtics thing is like it could be gas, but at the same time, I just think it's the Celtics. The Celtics are so good.
Here's the thing. So game 3, 4, and 5 are all within a 6-day span. I think it's very plausible that OG doesn't play. I don't think OG plays in game 3 for sure. That's tomorrow night. I don't think OG plays. Game 4, if it's a hamstring strain, he's not playing next 2 games. And it may be the next 3. Because 6 days for 3 games. I mean, there's a possibility you don't have OG, Bogdanovich is out, Mitchell Robinson's out, you don't have Julius Randle. At some point, these injuries, and they play the minutes that these players are playing, like Brunson's playing.
That's why they win, though.
Game.
That's why they win.
Yeah, but this is a Tom Thibodeau. This is
okay, but here's the thing, Logan.
Career.
If you looked at this roster before the year, you looked at the roster.
Well, before the year, they didn't have OG because they made a trade during the season.
Okay, but I'm saying imagine OG. You're not expecting this team to be in the conference finals because you see one guy who we considered a star, not anything close to superstar. Now he's almost a superstar. I do agree. I know Chris Broussard, I think I said it. He's not super like the Trae Young thing. I agree with that. You got to wait a little because I think I got sucked into the Trae Young stuff. But they play harder than anyone else. They just play better.
And I absolutely respect
basketball.
that. Like it's very good basketball. It's a very fun team to watch. I just think at some point, and I think they could lose a series because of injuries. Now I think they win.
Well, OG, I mean, yeah, I think they win.
Let's say Pacers win game 3 and 4. It's at that point because
I'm still just I don't trust.
I would take
them.
the Knicks, but man, the Knicks have. When you look at the Pacers have good bench depth. Like
No,
they're
yeah,
outscoring. What was it? What was the total of bench points this series so far? It's like
I don't know, but the Pacers last night had 46, and the Knicks had 12.
I mean, yeah, and game 1 was similar to that, where the Pacers bench.
I mean, I understand all that.
Knicks bench.
I understand all that, but you just watch the Knicks and like, oh, they're gonna win this series. It's just one of those. Siakam, Halliburton, they never click on the same night. It seems. I think that trade was a fine trade, but they just never seem to click on the same night. If Siakam and Halliburton, you told me they each had pretty dang good series from here on out, I'd say okay, they could win, but they would have to be good every night.
And OG has been the main defender on Siakam,
but he didn't guard him late in the game, and Siakam only had 14. They just find a way, man. That's the thing. Like I like a lot of the Pacers players, but they don't have enough who are trustworthy. I think the Pacers need to make a big trade.
Well, they kind of made what assets?
You need another one.
They gave up multiple firsts for Siakam.
Okay, yeah, but two of them were this year, and it's a bad year. I think they probably still have picks, and these young guys. I know I like Nebhard, but like he's 24 and he's like having playoff minutes. You could ship him and you can work it out. But I'd still take the Knicks, and if they lose to Celtics, the Celtics are so good. I think they're going to max out. They're maxing out for this. If they had Randall, let's say they didn't have injuries and they had Randall, I think the Celtics series.
If they didn't have injuries, I wouldn't have any of these questions because. I think they'd be spraying out their minutes much more efficiently than they have. Like Josh Hart is playing. I think
Josh Hart's literally not going to.
He's averaging like 47 minutes.
He's not going to break. I'm not concerned about Josh Hart. The dude's 6'4" and had 15 rebounds. He had 7 assists. I mean, I'm fine with Josh Hart. Brunson will, if he gets a little hurt, he'll come back in and play well. DiVincenzo.
Yeah, I don't think Brunson's 100% at this point.
Well, yeah, but he's still
like even when he came back last night.
But he's still
there's and one layup he made. He was on the ground. Mm-hmm. It took him a little while to actually get up.
Okay, everyone's hurt though, and they're more hurt.
But the Knicks have more injuries than anybody else in the playoffs. I think.
Yeah, yes, but they're still winning, and that's what they do. I would not. I
think they win this series, but like I don't know. Game 3 and 4 is gonna be telling. If Pacers if they can win those 2 games, and if they can,
they have to win one first.
Well, of course, yeah. But if they win Game 3, I think there's gonna be a ton of pressure on the Knicks. But I mean, Pacers are still a very young team. I still don't trust them necessarily. But I don't. My point is I don't think the series is close to being over because of the injuries that the Knicks have sustained over the last 2 games, and especially even Mitchell Robinson's out.
If OG's out, I think that's a big thing. I think they can survive without.
I mean, hamstring strains are no joke.
I know.
Hamstrings in general are no joke because those are injuries that they nag for a little bit and are easily. You easily re-aggravate the injury.
They're just not a team I'm counting out. I just don't care. They're just watching.
No, you watch the Knicks,
and I'd still pick them. I'm still picking them against Pacers. Just when it's the Celtics, it does.
I am interested to see what those odds are for tomorrow night's game. I'm very interested to see. Like, I think if you get Pacers like at -1 something, I think I would take that pretty confidently. I don't know. Are you looking?
I like the Pacers. I'm checking. I just don't fully trust them yet. Pacers are 280. 230, I think, is good value on the Knicks. 230.
I don't know if there's no OG. The thing is, if OG's declared out, you're probably gonna get the Knicks at like +3 something at that point. What's the odds for Pacers +2.5 in this series?
Oh, you want me to scroll through that?
If you're on FanDuel, you can just go
I'm scrolling. Hold up. Give me a second.
You can go to like East playoff series.
No, I know how it's done. You don't need to tell me how to look at bets.
I do have multiple bets of Knicks -1.5 series spread. So I don't like saying any of this stuff that I've been saying.
Well, the alt spread plus Pacers 2.5 is -176.
That's not bad.
I still like the
I don't
Knicks.
know.
I'm just still
okay. So what are you doing? Knicks in 5? Is that what you?
Yeah, I'd stick with Knicks in 5.
Okay. I mean, if they still won the games in Indiana, I think Game 5 in New York from those fans closeout game.
Yeah,
I would probably pick the Knicks too. But
I trust them
this
so much.
this OG, because I know you didn't watch the game, but he pulled up pretty lame on that hamstring. Like, and he could barely walk after he got like it. I don't think he popped his hamstring or anything like that, but I think it's definitely a hamstring strain to some extent. So I don't know if he's out. I don't know. I think it gets very interesting from here on out.
They just find a way.
Yeah. Let's move on to Dallas and OKC. Game 1. I think we both had Dallas win the series. I don't know why. I don't know why I've even gone against my thought process. I think the only reason I doubted the Thunder in the series was just because of youth. But like outside of that, what can you actually say holds them back against Dallas? Like, I think they're a better team than Dallas. They have more depth.
I think
better defensively. Like, the only thing that was really holding me back was just they're super young. Like, I think their average age right now is like 24.
I still think Luka's the best. Luka, his knee is definitely bothering him because I know he every once in a while he's cold games, but he's been really cold. I think his knee is.
He's shooting 14% from 3 since Game 3 of the Clippers series.
I think his knee is messing with him, but I still trust him because I mean he's been to a Western Conference Finals before, and I trust Kyrie. And the Thunder got really hot. It was kind of close, and the Thunder got really hot. I have this feeling about the Mavericks, man. If Luka doesn't figure it out, then they're not going to win. But I have a feeling.
No, yeah, it all hinges on if Luka doesn't. It all hinges on Luka. If Luka doesn't play well at all, this could be a sweep. Because like the way that they play, it's so Luka dependent. Like everybody just stands around the perimeter and waits for him to get doubled and waits for him to kick it out. Like the style of play, I don't think you can win a championship with. I just don't think you can.
I mean, the Rockets almost did it.
Yeah, almost. And then
yes, but they missed 27 straight threes. I mean, and they almost did it. And they didn't just almost did it. They almost beat a really, really good Warriors team. Like they had and Chris Paul got hurt. Logan, Chris Paul got hurt too.
Okay, I'm not saying anything. I'm not speaking.
But I was about to make a point. Luka has how close they were.
Luka has not made more than 3 threes in 5 games.
No, yeah, he's
one of 8, 1 of 10, 2 of 8, 1 of 9, 3 of 14, 5 of 14.
He's 100% hurt. Yeah, he's not. He's struggling.
It's not gonna get better, especially with the style of play that they have him orchestrating the offense with. It's what's going to change.
He's not get healthier. They play fast. They've been playing faster. I mean, I think they did slow down against the Thunder. It's just trust and super. It's sort of like the Knicks. You just trust them, and I trust Luka. I don't know. He's Luka Doncic. That's why. Sometimes great players do great things, man. And I think he'll pick it up. Until they're down like 3-0, I'm always going to believe he's going to pick it up. Because, I mean, the same thought was against the Clippers. Dallas got murdered. They got murdered in Game 1 against the Clippers.
No, Dallas have lost 5 straight opening games of series. They've lost 5 straight Game 1s.
They've been blown out. Like, that's their thing. They're just
okay, but who do you trust more? And this is a crazy question to even. But who do you trust more, Thunder or Clippers? Like, I think I trust Thunder.
Well, yeah, I trust the Thunder. I trust the Thunder, but they're also inexperienced. I mean, they're young. They're young guys on the bench.
What other knocks
played really well
other than inexperience and size? I mean, what else can you really knock the Thunder?
I think those are. I mean, yeah, they're the 1 seed. Yeah, inexperience and size. Yeah, and Jalen Williams. I think unless Luka, again, all bets are off if Luka just can't hit a 3. But Jalen Williams has to really step up to be that number 2. And I really like Jalen Williams. But he hasn't had like that huge moment yet. And trust me, I think he's good enough. where if they get through this, he's fully capable of being the second best player on championship team.
I mean, he scored
I just think he'd
18
have to
like
do
his
it
last
for a
four
whole
games, his
series.
last 5 games he's scored 18, 24, 21, 21, 19.
No, yeah, but I think if
Like
Dallas
those are
plays
not and
really
he's shooting
well,
efficiently.
I think if Dallas plays up to what they can, he has to go beyond
I
averaging
would
19 points.
I would
If
agree more
Dallas
with the
picks it up.
I would agree more with you if Thunder didn't have as good of depth as they do. I mean,
The
they
depth played
go
really well game 1, yes.
no, and that's why I don't think they need Jalen Williams to go off to be number 2.
But
Like
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
he's definitely number 2 on the team, but I don't think he needs to drop
But I
30
think
for to
that
be.
if Luka gets it back going, let's say Luka clicks it, I think he does, because then you really gotta push it.
Well,
Because then,
so go ahead.
but then Kyrie's gonna get going. I just think.
Well, Kyrie's actually
If
been the most consistent variable
Oh, yeah.
on the. He's actually been very consistent, most
But,
reliable
with the
player for
Mavericks,
the Mavericks.
they also have nice wings. I mean, they suffered a bad injury with Kleber. I'm still trusting Dallas. If they lose game 2, but I do think they'll win tonight. I'm still trusting Dallas.
And
But
I
I
don't try
fully
to.
understand picking Thunder. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like, if it's OKC, Minnesota, like I was like, that was not in my bingo book. I was like, because I was kind of going with the vets, and obviously, as we've seen this playoffs, it's been a very young playoffs.
Yeah, I said last pod if Timberwolves beat the Nuggets, I think they'd be my pick to go to the finals. And
Yeah,
and I even said
dude,
I
if
even said
just
if
Luka
Minnesota
gets
beat
it going, because I like their wings to fit the role, and I like Kyrie. Just if Luka can play like he did in the last playoffs, he was in the when they got to Western Conference Finals. If he could get his shooting back like that, I could just see them beating anyone in the West.
Luka, he needs to get in better shape, especially because now he's playing
That
defense.
too.
He needs to get in better shape. Like if we're gonna ask him to be this ball dominant and run the entire offense and basically be the offense, he needs to get in better shape, and that's on him. Like
No, yeah, I agree.
if you
I
want,
love
and if you
Luka,
want the ball,
but
because
yes.
he wants the ball in his hands all the time, he needs to get in better shape.
I think he does. He give it to Kyrie a lot, and he does give it out, take it out of his hands a lot more than he used to. I think he does.
I know, but watching them, it's still the same thing. Still the same problem I had with him in recent years, where it's so
I think
Luka
it's
dependent.
different. I think it's adjusting, but yeah. But
he
what would they do without?
He doesn't really move off the ball. It's a lot of watch Luka dribble the ball and everybody stands on the perimeter. There's no cutting.
I don't think it's as. I think it's again. I think it's less of that. I think with Luka, like when they play well, it's when he is moving. And like that, was it game 4 against the Clippers where he finally had a good game shooting? I think that's when he hit his 3 threes. I think that game I really liked how he played. He needs to play like that, just like not even like hitting
he
shots.
Played well. He was 14.6, but he was still 2 away from 3 that game.
Yeah, but I think he hit a couple nice ones. But I'm not as much saying his shooting efficiency, but his style of play. I liked it. He was like more driving, quicker, and just going and not. If he plays like that, I think he needs to play like how he did that game. Just
how many points does Luka and Kyrie have to combine for his team to have success? Because they combined for 39 last game.
I mean, yeah, they need like 60, around 60.
Well, I think it may be closer to 70.
You can get 60 because they get contributions from PJ Washington. I mean, Derek Lively, Gafford can get like 18 points off dunks.
Washington 10, 14, 2, 10, 10. That's not.
Well, yeah, but he can't. He doesn't do it all the time. But 14, he doesn't need 20. Just needs. You want him in the teens.
I think in this series they're gonna have to combine. They're gonna have to get close to 70 combined. Luka and in this series against the Thunder.
I don't
against
think
the Clippers. You probably could get
35 apiece. That's crazy. I think that they have enough. It's Tim Hardaway. I think you need him to. I know he's been hurt. It's like, man, you need Tim Hardaway. That's who you need.
I don't think he has enough time to get into rhythm though.
Yeah,
he's basically rushing. Like I don't know. I think Dallas are in trouble. Like
I'd still take Dallas in this series.
Now it will be interesting to see how Thunder play on the road. Because at home, of course, you're going to be playing really well. They got a lot of calls too. They're that's where their inexperience could play a huge.
And they haven't been punched in the mouth yet in the playoffs. They haven't. What if Dallas comes and punches them in the mouth? And we know Dallas can punch anyone in the mouth. What if they? What if they hit?
That
take this game. And
I really wish
Dallas has
because
a
the
solid amount
Celtics
of
games.
experience.
Yeah, but they haven't won like experience. Yeah, but they haven't. Here's the thing. Like people say,
They
oh,
have
Thunder have to play against the Mavs, and but they're not like a championship winning team. And
Kyrie's
most,
won a
it's, well,
championship.
he's won.
Luka,
Yeah, okay.
okay, Luka has like more basketball experience than most NBA players. Been playing with
Well,
professionals
yeah, he's
since he's
been.
like
Yeah,
14. I think that's huge, and I'm still taking them, but I understand being afraid of it. But I'm still taking
I
them.
think I'm shifting my pick to Thunder. Now,
Or
I
your
may.
pick of Dallas is wrong. Shifting your pick.
Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm like. It went against all my arguments of like when I watch I don't even like Dallas' style of play because
Hey,
I think
that.
it's too depend. And I like teams with a lot of depth and they move the ball. And that's exactly what Thunder
Mhm.
are. Like I don't know why I even went Dallas. I think I just fell into the Thunder are really young and they don't really have any playoff experience together. But I don't know. I don't know. I think Dallas are in trouble. And if they lose game 2, I'm not going to
I think
panic. They
this
still have 2
game
games on the.
two is like the most important game 2 of any series.
Like I think Thunder have a better chance of stealing game on the road than the Mavericks do at Thunder at OKC.
I mean, yeah, sure. I don't
As
know
yeah.
about that. I think that's pretty even. I think that's pretty even. But I think this is the most important game 2 out of any series. Even
Well, I
though
think it's a must
Minnesota,
win.
I feel like it's kind of must win for both teams. I don't
Yeah,
know. I feel
but
like that's also
I
dumb to
think
say. I just think it's a huge game 2. I think it's more important than Minnesota whooping Denver or Celtics Cavs, or Pacers Knicks. Like because you can see Pacers. This is the most important game 2. So you know what, I'm picking Mavericks. I picked Mavericks. I'm staying with Mavericks.
how many
Winner,
games?
I'm Mavericks in 7. But winner of this game, I think wins the series. But so I
So
think
would that
Mavericks.
make it a must win then? If you think the winner of this game wins the series, I would
Okay, yeah,
categorize that as a must win.
but okay, yeah, but must win is kind of stupid because it's not like I can say that, but I could think then Thunder could take game 3. It's not like I can predict the future. So I understand it's like must win, but I hate saying must win because it's not really must win. I'm just picking the winner of this game to win the series.
So you have Mavs in 6
No, I just said 7.
or 7. My bad. Okay, 7. Man.
Just pick what you want, man. Pick the
No,
Thunder if you want.
I'm gonna go Thunder. I'm gonna go Thunder in game 6 would be in
Dallas.
Dallas. I'm gonna say Thunder. I'm gonna say Thunder in 5. I don't think Luka turns it around.
I'm trusting Luka, but if he doesn't, it's done.
Yeah. Last playoff series that we will talk about, and we'll mostly be talking about one team because the other teams will be non-existent in this series. Celtics, Cavs. Celtics pretty much coasting game 1. I think they're going to coast to the finals. I think the Eastern Conference is pretty anticlimactic, and Jason Tatum's
Yeah.
been like the third best player for the Celtics.
Oh yeah, that has to be awesome to be like in a slump, but like
And
I
to be
have
honest, I
10
don't.
games to get, or like I have like 14 games where I can figure it out. Like that has to be awesome.
No, and for Tatum, like I think the biggest knock on him is that he's not aggressive enough. But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
he could just be not coasting, but kind of letting other players get their shots, get into rhythm. And then
I'm good with that.
you know, in the conference finals or finals, that's when he can take over. I think the fact that I would like him to be more efficient and play better, but at the same time, it's also smart on his part not to force shots up and continue to let his teammates get a rhythm and continue their hot streak.
Last 3 games, Derek White's averaging 29.3 points.
Yeah, Derek White was 7-12 last game from 3.
He's hit 23s in the last 3 games. Derek White he's not a star. Not a star, but damn, he's good. And his defense, even the Cavs gave him a little push in the first half. Like they just started nailing shots. And it's like, Vogel just got fired.
I just saw that. Yeah, I was about to say that.
I mean, that's pretty
Which
obvious.
I don't even know if I don't know if that's even like the right move.
Yeah,
Maybe
we all know. I don't. You had to, but I think it's a dumb move, and you had to at the same time. I don't even know how much it's worth talking about. But
no, it's not.
Back to the Celtics. I mean, you don't even have Porzingis yet. They're just so good. They're so good. They're so good. I think even when you look at like Minnesota, it's like I just think the Celtics top end talent, and then like if you watch like Luke Cornett, he can like block shots. Like Luke Cornett's a pretty solid backup big. And then Peyton Pritchard's done stuff. Their bench has like these like no like star bench player, but like they can fill in the
But they all have a
roles.
role. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
and you don't
I
need
think
to
that's
like score. None of it's scoring because it's scoring is taken care of by whoever else is left in the game.
and I think that's most of like teams that succeed in the playoffs, the players on the team know their roles. And so players that fill those roles and play their part well, that's usually the teams that have success in play. That's why, like, if the Timberwolves get to the finals though, and it's like Anthony Edwards against, okay, who would you say is better right now? And this may be a premature question. Okay,
Ant is better than any.
Okay,
Celtic.
and would you trust Anthony Edwards more in that spot? And that's another crazy question. But would you trust Edwards more than Tatum in that spot if they played each other?
Tatum,
I think I would.
Dude, here's the thing. I remember Tatum last year. I was like, everyone was saying he's done and stuff, and he drops like 20 in the fourth quarter against the Sixers. I finally made a new list of my top players. I haven't updated in like a year. I just spitballed it. So like, there's probably some player that didn't move around. But Edwards at the 5th best player in the world, and Tatum is the 6th.
Who's your top 4?
Jokic, Giannis, Luka, SGA.
You have SGA better than Anthony Edwards. And I know SGA was second in MVP voting.
Even though I'm yes, I think.
Oh man, see, I think I would.
I have SGA better.
I think
but
Anthony Edwards is
that's
1 year
that's
away
something
from being better. I think Anthony Edwards is 1 year away from being better than Giannis. No, I think Giannis.
He could be the best player in the world next year. But the wild thing is, it could be like halfway through the year, and let's say Ant is like declared the best player in the world, and then it's like game 60, and it's like Wemby like fully gets it. It's like, oh my gosh, is Wemby better than Ant? I think that's gonna be super fun. But back to your thing, I think it'd be very close in trust either way, so I wouldn't give it an edge to either side. It's like, okay, Cat or Jaylen Brown. Cat. Derek White or Gobert.
Wait, you mean Jaylen Brown over Cat?
Yeah.
You said Cat or Jaylen Brown?
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, but once you do Cat I think a better is Cat or Porzingis.
But Brown's the second best player. Cat's the second best player.
I don't know, but I'm going also by cross matchups and all that too.
Cat Porzingis is interesting.
I think I would trust Cat because I think Cat's more. Even though his foul trouble drives me insane.
But okay, but I'm talking about who. I'm talking about Jaylen Brown.
Are we saying trust? Are we saying trust? Yes. Or who's better?
Trust. Cat's better than Porzingis.
No, I would trust. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would trust Cat over
Porzingis. Logan, Porzingis, all he has to do is block shots and hit threes. Cat has to do a little more, and Cat's also not the highest IQ.
Yeah, but Cat also has defensive player of the year.
But you can't. Okay, yes, he does, but you can't skip over what I was talking about with Jaylen Brown. I mean, Jaylen Brown.
No. I think Brown's the.
I think Edwards and
third best player in this.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah,
not even close. Tatum and Edwards are in the same tier, and this is also a hypothetical series. Tatum and Edwards are in the same tier, and Jaylen Brown's on his own tier. And then you're also you're gonna have Edwards gonna have Holiday on him. He's gonna have White on him. They're gonna throw Tatum and Brown on him, and just the Timberwolves can do similar things. But McDaniels isn't someone you're trusting to hit shots. You're trusting. I trust White. I trust Holiday in big moments. I trust Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, Al Horford. Al Horford would be big in that series. I love how we just skipped over even talking about Cavs Celtics because we're yeah, it's not. It's
that I think it's going 4 games, maybe 5. Maybe Cavs win a game.
Maybe Mitchell drops 60 or something.
But I've been kind of disappointed. Evan Mobley. I mean, he's a top 3 pick. He's been
and he looks so good. His offense has just never.
Darius Garland's not really consistent enough. Jared Allen's hurt. Back to the hypothetical matchup. If the Celtics lost, because to be honest, the Celtics have been on the doorstep and probably the next team in line that should win a title. If Minnesota jumps the line, and let's say they win a title this year over the Celtics, I mean that has to be so. Not derailing is the wrong word, but just
I'm still running it back.
As a Celtics player or a Celtics fan, that has to be so demoralizing that you've been on the doorstep and you should have won against the Warriors. You should have won that series.
They were young, man. Against the Warriors, they were young.
Wasn't that 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think Jaylen Brown's 24,
He's 25. Jaylen Brown's
25.
27 right now.
Yeah, okay, but that's still young. That's your first finals, and you're also going against an insanely experienced Warriors team with like the best point guard ever, one of the best coaches, and Clay was still good, and Wiggins had like this whole. That was the Warriors, man. Come on, that team went. I don't.
I
You're
don't know.
gonna blame them
I
for
think
losing to Steph
I
Curry?
I think that was a prime chance, especially because weren't they up in that series?
Yeah, they're up 2-1, but okay, but people go up 2-1.
And then Game
Yeah,
6, they were
I'm
dominating,
not
and
gonna
they
blame a
early on.
team for losing to Steph Curry in like Steph Curry's
I'm not
best
saying,
playoffs.
but I'm saying the Warriors
You
are
had a
still
chance to
the
steal
Warriors
a
are.
title, but they shouldn't. Okay, they had a
That's what
chance
I
to
think. That's what the
steal a
Warriors did.
title.
I think the Warriors stole a title. Steph was 34. Clay wasn't the same
Okay,
player.
Steph's still insane. Clay was
No. I know.
that
But
was
it's
no.
older
Clay was
team.
really good in the regular season. He was really good. He had like one of his best months. Not Logan. Come on, it was a weak
I know, but when you
overall
look at that team
playoffs.
now, Jordan Poole's no longer on the team. Andrew Wiggins
Okay,
has
but
fallen
it's
off
not
a
about the
cliff.
team now. It's about the team then. It's about the team then. Yeah, Jordan Poole was great. Don't forget that. That dude was. It's can't look at Jordan Poole now when he was within the system and the culture was still good and he didn't get punched by Draymond. Jordan
I
Poole
mean,
is like going to be a next star. Logan, I no, I don't think you'd say Celtics should. They had the chance to steal, but in the end, they're playing a guy at his peak of his powers, who's a top 10 player of all time, with a supporting cast who's been there. Draymond and Steph. I mean, that's a big three for the books. No.
no. I if Celtics don't
And they're
win this
much
year,
better now. The Celtics are much
no.
better
If
now.
Celtics don't win this year, though, there's going to be questions asked if they
Okay,
should
yeah,
make a
but
move.
I
No,
don't.
I'm not
Okay,
necessarily saying that they should
but is
make a
that
move,
really what
but
we're
there's going to,
talking about in round 2? I don't think that's what we're talking
because I
about
think our
until it happens.
Celtics. I think our Celtics.
It's round
You
2,
have to
man. That's Logan.
Celtics. If okay,
This is
can I make
like
my point?
debate. This is like debate show. What you're doing right now.
No,
It's kind of
I
stupid.
think Celtics. Okay, so you're telling me Celtics would be
I don't.
if
Yeah,
they lose
sure,
the
but I
conference
don't.
finals. If they lose the conference finals, it wouldn't be a disappointment.
Yes, it would. But why are we talking about it now? They're just winning. They're just. That's
But
what they're doing.
but Luke, we both expect that they're just going to go to the finals.
Okay, yes, but why are
We're
we
not even
talking
talking
about
about
it?
the Cavs. So what's your
Yeah,
point?
because
You're
they're
saying
not.
we,
The
you're saying we're not even
Celtics have
talking about round
shown.
two.
The
You're not even playing
Celtics have
Cavs.
shown no reason to doubt them at this moment. So why preemptively doubt them?
I'm not doubting them. I'm saying the question mark. Tatum has
But
not
why
been playing well.
preemptively do?
Tatum
Oh
has not
my
been playing
gosh.
well, and in the playoffs, he comes up short. We've seen this over and over. There's
He's
times
been
he
to a
comes up
fine.
short.
What about against the Sixers? As I said, when he had two fantastic in Game 7, he dropped 50.
Okay, that my point is, I would like to see not 50 consistently, but him just be more aggressive and more efficient
Okay, but
consistently. That's my question.
also
That's my main
his
point.
two teammates who are shooting the lights out. I think it's fine that he lets them shoot the light.
No,
I
and
don't,
I agree
Logan.
with that
I
as
think
well.
this conversation is completely stupid. No offense. I think it's stupid until they like look like they're in a bad
Well,
situation.
my main point of this was if the Timberwolves win, or
Yeah, but
if let's
that's
say Timberwolves beat the Celtics, they would that would be a pretty bad feeling in that
okay.
locker
Yes,
room.
but
When
that's
you
like the
should be
Timberwolves haven't even beat the Nuggets yet, man. You're going way out there. I don't know why. It hasn't happened yet. It's not even in the conference finals yet, and we have a whole discussion about Timberwolves Celtics. I don't understand. They lost one game to the Heat where they played garbage, and then they just murdered them.
well, yeah. Well, the
And then they
Heat
murdered the
are
Cavs, and
without their best player.
the Cavs dropped 34 in the first quarter. Like they got it
No, that game
going.
was that game like 36-34 after one?
Yeah,
It was
the
insane.
Cavs,
It was
no,
insanely high
Celtics were in
scoring.
the lead, but
No, as I said, 36-34.
But yeah,
Is
but
that what I
it's
said?
just not worth talking about right now. They don't even have one of their starters, and they're still murdering. So
No,
I don't think.
I think that I don't think they lose.
So
I
why
think
are
they
we
lose at
talking about
most.
it?
It was just a
Why-
conversation I'm having.
But I don't think it's
How many times?
worth.
How many times do you bring up hypothetical stuff?
Yeah, but
I
okay,
was
but
bringing a hypothetical thing.
the Celtics are right now. They've won 4 straight, all by 20 plus. I
No,
think.
I think they
So
get to the
what are we
finals.
doing? Are we?
My point was just if they get to the finals and lose, what would be the disappointment level? That's all I was trying to say.
It'd be very high.
I'm not
But
trying
that's
to
not
say like
something you start talking about until they're in the finals or they're in a bad spot because they're not about. They're just playing great. I think that's the conversation. You can't just with it's like every time Celtics have a great game, it's like, oh well, they had one. Let's make sure they don't have a bad one. They're playing great. Derek White looks like an all-star.
how many games do you think they lose in the Eastern Conference playoffs? I think they lose maybe one more.
Yeah, maybe that's why this. That's
I don't
why
like. I don't think.
it's literally
I
why
don't think.
it should only be discussed how good they are, not the disappointment level until
Like
it comes
let's say
to it.
it's Celtics Knicks. What's a series spread on that? You think?
2.5 probably.
That's what because I think this series was
That'd
3
be
and a
2.5
half.
where it'd be Celtics minus 2.5 at like minus 200. I
See,
don't
I
know.
don't
They're
know
so
because like
good.
they were minus 3.5 for like minus 106 or something. Like
Yeah, but
hanging into the series against Cavs.
if they whoop the Cavs and the Knicks win the series and they're hobbled.
I mean, I think the Eastern Conference, I think, is pretty much anticlimactic. I think you set in stone. Boss is gonna.
I also think the Celtics. I truly think there's a chance the Celtics like go in the finals and beat someone in 5 games handily. The Celtics could have won 70 games if they wanted to. They went
No, that's
60.
why. That's another thing. Well, I think because like if you don't have to go against the Nuggets, if you can avoid the Nuggets and face
No,
any
yeah,
of
I'd
these other
rather
3
play
teams,
Timberwolves if I'm done, or I'd rather play
oh for
OKC or
sure,
Dallas.
because I especially oh man, well I don't think Dallas. If Luka's this hurt, I don't think he's gonna play 3 more
Well, if
rounds.
Dallas makes the finals,
Healthy.
it's because Luka turns it around. I mean, so
Well, of course, yeah, he's their whole team, or he's not their whole team,
he's
but it's very heavily
yeah,
dependent on him.
yes, but yeah, but so if Dallas is in the finals, that's the team like they made it. Oh my god! But I'd still take Nuggets
I would
or
still take
Celtics.
Dallas all if I'm Celtics. I would still take.
No, yeah, because
Okay,
you
okay,
have
okay.
they're
Let's rank
built
those
to
4
guard
teams.
guards.
Let's rank if you're from a Celtics perspective. And I know we're jumping the gun just to make that possible, but
Oh, well,
from a
you've
Celtics
already jumped the
perspective,
gun.
yeah, okay. From a Celtics perspective, rank the teams that you would like to face in the Western Conference Finals in the finals. Like from 1, do 1 that you would like most likely to face or want to face, and 4 is so 4 is Denver.
OKC, you're not losing to OKC. OKC, literally how they're built, they're a younger, not as talented version of you. Dallas too, still because of how Anthony Edwards looks like Michael Jordan, and I love Luka, but if Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan, then Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan, then I'm kind of just thinking about the
So
Nuggets. I'm thinking about the Nuggets, and it's like, yeah, I'd still rather face the Timberwolves than the Nuggets because I think you don't want Porzingis to be the guy defensively dictating your outcomes. I would like it to be Derek White and Brown, Holiday and Tatum. Yeah, so I'd most like to face OKC, then Dallas, then Timberwolves, and then I still want the Jokic matchup is just bad for them.
Yeah, and Nuggets. I mean, they've won a championship. They're defending
Yeah.
champion. So, yeah, I probably agree with that order. I think I may rather face because like your point about Anthony Edwards and you throw multiple defenders at him. You can do the same thing with, and I know they have Luka and Kyrie, but you can do the same thing with Luka, where you put Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Tatum.
Well, yeah, but also
Drew Holiday. I think I would have Mavs 1, and I understand your point of like if they get there,
yeah,
but I don't trust the surrounding pieces that much. So it'll be Mavs 1. I think Thunder's 2. Thunder. I mean, they just have so much depth and I think I really like SGA. Thunder 2. I'll say Minnesota 3, Denver 4.
Mm.
That's kind of crazy to say because like Denver down 0-2 right now have looked bad. But I think there's a bad
Denver
matchup.
wins game 3. The game 4 is so huge for Minnesota.
Well, I think there's a ton of pressure on Minnesota in that
Yeah,
circumstance.
because if you win the first 2 home games and then you drop your own 2, and Nuggets have home, and then they have momentum, unlike any other. I don't know. I think we're gonna look back at this playoffs and just be like, the Celtics were always gonna win. It's time. You know what they say, man. Players once they turn like 27, Tatum's
Well, that
26.
was the point I was trying to make earlier. Is if they don't win this year, it's like how many times can you keep going over and over again?
I mean, I'd just go back at it again. There's no point of breaking it down.
No, I want to break, but it's like, man,
you'd be pissed, but you're literally you're saying, okay, let's get a score off the bench. Probably it's probably the move, and they could probably find a way. I think we may look back and be like, the Celtics were always going to win this. I mean, they literally were coasting at the end of the year. They could have won 70 games.
No, how like didn't they clinch the 1 seed like a month and a half ago or something,
Like
or 2 months
in
ago?
March. It was in March, I think.
Yeah, like 2 months ago. Yeah, it's
like when a team wins over 60 and they win 64 and coast, you're 37-4 at home, and they still had the best road record in the East. I literally think they're the best team by a wide margin because the Nuggets have not looked like themselves.
I think them and Minnesota are pretty close. I think it's closer than
I don't think it's as close. Because here's the thing, you're not it's like Cat. Are you gonna trust Cat against Al Horford's someone. You throw Al Horford in that series and that's something nice. Porzingis can bring out Rudy.
It would be interesting.
It's like, okay, and then the Timberwolves, I know they've been scoring against the Nuggets. But the Nuggets do have Jamal's not this great defender. Porter's got better. Jokic is not a rim protector at all, and I love Jokic. But are you gonna need McDaniels to score average 18? It's you like McDaniels as a defender, but he's not an actual huge offensive threat.
Well, you got Naz Reid. I don't think.
Okay, yeah, but Naz Reid, but Naz Reid comes in for Towns. It's not it's gonna be I don't know. I don't think they could score with the Celtics. Derek White's averaging 20 and hanging just I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's very that's why I love that. I don't hate the Nuggets, but if they lost, and I get to see Timberwolves against Mavericks or Thunder, and then I think anybody could win because if Nuggets get through, it's they're probably gonna win again. If they come back from 0-2, they're probably gonna win again.
But here, I think Celtics Nuggets hypothetically is the best finals. I think it's the best basketball in my opinion. If Nuggets make it through, I think they're the best. I know, but that's a one man. The Nuggets, I know the Timberwolves defense is amazing. But when each team's playing at their best, Nuggets basketball is beautiful, and I think the Celtics are just
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we close out?
No,
are you going? I know. Did you end up going karaoke, or are you doing karaoke?
No. I went to karaoke's on Wednesdays. I didn't go. I went to go see Planet of the Apes last night. I told you I went to go see Planet of the Apes.
I know, but then you said you were going out, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was literally home within 45 minutes.
I don't know if you sang a few.
I told you I was at a fancy. You don't listen to me. I literally told you I was it was a fancier type of place.
That's true.
He doesn't listen to me. He doesn't listen.
Well, when you're spewing that much.
I'm not spewing that much. It's a text.
No, I'm saying in general. Oh,
that's no. Okay. You're here trying to talk the Celtics how we're disappointing them.
It was,
and they are winning by 20 points a game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get back into that. I was just trying to bring up a hypothetical. If they lose to a younger team with a superstar that's not even technically in his prime yet. That's all I was trying to say. Anything? I can't tell if your screen froze or if you're irritated.
No, I was looking at a tweet. I guess.
Okay. Well, that will probably do it for our episode today. Next week, probably more NBA stuff. By the time next week, when we record next week, Luke will no longer be a college student. He will be in the real world. So it'll be kind of a weird feeling. But yeah, next week we'll do more NBA stuff. Maybe one of these series will be wrapped up. This is my
last time in this location with my Jokic. I got my.
So before actually, so there was one time I think Jokic dropped 50 points, and they lost the Suns.
That was heartbreaking.
Luke instantly went to McDonald's. I think he got 2 quarter pounders.
Yes.
If they get swept or loses in 5, what's your? Are you gonna?
No,
order...
I think when your favorite player wins 2 MVPs and people act like he's a playoff fraud,
well, you really
want. Well, now I'm talking about back then, Logan. A year ago.
Okay, go ahead.
And then it's 2-2. You just really want him to get that title. And then he did. So now I'm sitting here I'm sad, but I don't think it's quarter pounder inducing. Sad. And
Luka also goes out though. It's double whammy. That's Luka and Jokic.
Luka's been around. Yeah, but OKC and Timberwolves are fun, and I really did not want the Suns to do anything last year. I was very anti-Suns last year. I'll be okay. Logan, yeah. I'm graduating. I think I have some things that are a little more important.
Is there any way you could push back that graduation to 9 or 10 a.m.?
I wish, man.
8:30 is early, man.
I gotta be there at 7. Yeah.
I gotta be up and ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, sucks for you.
Are you staying like after?
I don't know. I have no
Because I
idea.
know in mine, I kind of skedaddled after.
Oh, you mean like staying after? No, like once everyone. Probably once. I know. It's probably take a few pictures, with a couple people, and it's like, yeah,
No, I
I
mean
want to
like
go back
one.
home.
No, like after you get your diploma. Are
Yeah,
you
I'm
just leaving?
going. Well, I'll probably take some pictures and I'll go. I
Well, I
don't.
know that, but I'm saying prior to that is what I'm saying. Pictures, you'll take pictures. But I'm saying like, are you? I'm saying you
Well,
won't
yeah,
stay for
but
the rest.
maybe I take pictures with a couple people after with our diplomas. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I said, yeah, look, I literally said I'll take some photos and I'll leave. I'm not going to stay for the whole thing. I don't know what you're asking me.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Luke can't comprehend simple things.
I can't comprehend simple things. How dare you?
Yes. All right. That's gonna do it for our episode today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, follow our channel also on Spotify. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.